James arrogantly pulls a card out of his pocket and says, "Give me your wife, and I'll give you $5 million. The man stays silent while the woman standing nearby starts listening to their conversation. With a sarcastic smile, James says, "What's wrong? Still not willing? If I hadn't gone overseas back then, Ping Ting would have never left me. Do you really think she would choose a man like you?" The man says softly. "But now we have a child together." James smiles and says, "The child is obviously yours, so you can raise him yourself. But don't worry, I'll keep sending money every month for the child's expenses and support. After all, Ping Ting and I will eventually raise a healthy and happy son together in the future." After a moment of silence, the man calmly says, "Fine, you've decided to run away from reality, but remember one thing. Ping Ting has a weak back, and her stomach isn't very good either. She can't eat spicy food." James says with disgust, "That's enough. After all these years, you still haven't changed at all. But if you really want to, you can stay with us and help us out. I wouldn't mind. After all, you and I are not on the same level, so why am I even explaining this to you? Take the money and get out of here." At that moment, the woman steps forward angrily and says, "Yeah, it really is time for someone to leave." As soon as they hear that, both men turn to look at her in shock. James quickly walks over, grabs Ping Ting's hand, and gently says, "I knew you still loved me." Ping Ting pulls her hand away and angrily says, "Don't flatter yourself. I'm telling you to leave." James says in disbelief, "What? You actually chose him?" Ping Ting says firmly, "You came back at exactly the right time, James. If I were still just an ordinary housewife taking care of the home and children, you probably wouldn't even bother looking at me. Yes, you're rich, but my husband taught me that true peace doesn't come from money. It comes from the heart. He may not earn a lot, but he's willing to sacrifice everything for me. And with him, I've found the kind of peace that money can never buy." James says mockingly, "Aren't you even a little embarrassed walking around with someone like him?" Ping Ting replies firmly, "There's nothing embarrassing about him. A person's true value isn't defined by their clothes or appearance, but by their character." Then she walks over, takes her husband's hand, and gently says, "Honey, I bought you some new clothes. Go put them on and show me." A little while later, her husband comes back wearing the new clothes, and James is left speechless. Standing proudly beside her husband, Ping Ting says, "My husband doesn't care about showing off, but his character is far better than yours. And if he dressed up even a little, he'd leave you far behind. That's why I chose him instead of you. When I was sick, he was the one who supported me. When I was sad, he was the one who made me laugh. He always takes care of me. And you abandoned me when I had absolutely nothing. Now that you see I'm successful, you want to come back. You don't deserve me, and you have no right to say anything about my husband." James tries to say something, but Ping Ting angrily cuts him off. "Enough! Now get out of my sight!" James leaves angrily. Looking lovingly at her husband, Ping Ting says, "I wanted my life to begin with you, and I want it to end with you too. If I don't love you, then who else would I love?" Final message. A person's true character is revealed in difficult times. Selfish and opportunistic people leave when things get tough, while sincere and loyal people stand firmly by your side in every situation.